Skater is a Mondial Top Scan that I rode at Oktoberfest in October of 2017. This particular version is owned by the German showman Kaiser, and it has been operating since 1997. And this rides the distinction as being one of the best flat rides I have ever ridden, so in this video, I will be reviewing Skater. Mondial is a Dutch company founded in 1979. They entered the amusement industry by building observation wheels, but they started offering thrilling flat rides at a later time. And around 1997, they debuted one of these flat rides in the Top Scan. The ride would work by having an arm raise up and rotate around a central tower. Meanwhile, 6 free-spinning gondolas would rotate in a circle at the end of the arm. All of the axes of motion, combined with the free-spinning gondolas, gave the Top Scan a ton of appeal on the traveling fair circuit. The ride was immediately ordered by a few traveling showmen in Europe, including the aforementioned Kaiser. Permanent versions of the ride have also popped up as well. You have 4 currently operating in North America in Soul Spin at Knott's Berry Farm, Electro Spin at Carowinds, Samurai at Lagoon, and Shockwave at Canada's Wonderland. You also had the now defunct Top Scan that operated at Long Island, New York's Adventureland from 2003 to 2005, but that one was removed after a harness gave way mid-ride, ejecting a rider. You also have 4 currently operating at theme parks in Asia, and 1 currently operating in the United Kingdom as Samurai at Thorpe Park. This particular Samurai previously operated Chessington World of Adventures from 1999 to 2003, before making its way to Thorpe Park. And the UK was also home to 3 other Top Scans at Lightwater Valley, Fantasy Island, and Barry Island Pleasure Park that have since been removed. While I cannot speak to the park versions in Asia and Europe, I can speak to the versions in North America. I've ridden all 4 of them. While the axes of motion give a disorienting ride, these Top Scans have always left me wanting more. These ones have a short cycle and feel like they're running a bit slow, so the ride can't capitalize on its full range of motion. But everything changed when I rode Skater in 2017. If you know anything about European showmen, you know they run their rides to their maximum potential. Unlike carnivals in the United States, where one company typically provides all the rides at a fair, in Europe, carnivals consist of several rides owned by a wide range of individuals. This is why European fairs are almost always pay-per-ride exclusively. These individual rides are the source of income for the showmen, so it is in their best interest to make their rides as appealing as possible. They are in a competition with the others at the fair for the business of patrons. This is why you'll find rides with dazzling lighting packages, lasers, fog, booming music, and insane programs. Their goal is to provide a memorable experience that has you running back in line. And with Skater, Kaiser succeeded with flying colors. If you have the ability to choose, I recommend sitting on the outside edge so you have the largest turn radius and you get the most whip. But Skater is run so aggressively that I imagine the inside seats would be bonkers as well. The restraints in these Top Scans are quite cramped. You barely have room for your arms, and the over-the-shoulder restraints come down tightly, but that's understandable when you see what this ride does. Skater begins by slowly lifting itself off the ground, and then slowly is not in the ride's vocabulary for the rest of the experience. Skater's 6 gondolas rotate very quickly, and since the vehicles can't articulate sideways, you are forcibly pinned to the side of your restraint. These laterals are sustained for almost the entire ride. This ride has better laterals than most Himalayas, but the laterals also did something else to my body. Since the bulky restraint pins your upper body and hip in place, the laterals will fling your lower leg to the side. I could feel all the blood rushing to my legs, and it felt like Skater was trying to amputate my legs. It made the forces on Batman Clone feel like child's play. At the same time, the main arm is rotating faster than its North American counterparts. The speedy rotation of both the arm and gondolas is the perfect recipe for flipping. The flipping was plentiful and completely random. Most of the flips were rapid and disorienting when paired with all the spinning, but a few were drawn out, giving sustained hang time. And all these inversions occurred while you're still experiencing those crushing laterals. Not only that, the inversions had a terrifying head chopper with a facade surrounding the attraction. The ride also runs a ridiculously long cycle. While the ones in North America are over in a flash, this one operates in both directions. The momentary pause when you switch from going forwards to backwards is your only chance to catch your breath on the whole experience. The backwards bit was even more disorienting, but the forces were identical to the forwards half of the ride. After about 4 or 5 minutes of non-stop flipping and laterals, Skater finally comes to a stop, ending what I consider to be one of the most chaotic and forceful rides in the world. So what do I rate Skater? I would give this flat ride a perfect 10 out of 10. While I expected the famous Olympia looping to be my favorite ride at Oktoberfest, Skater actually ended up being my favorite. That is how insane this ride was. As I mentioned earlier, this is one of the best flat rides I have ever experienced. I am still stunned a ride can sustain lateral Gs for as long as it does while violently flipping you at the same time. I would have thought that would cause people to puke left and right. This ride certainly isn't for everyone, as the forces could be uncomfortable for some, but I loved this ride's power. You'd never see a ride operated like this stateside. So those are my thoughts on Skater, the traveling Top Scan owned by Kaiser in Europe. Have you ridden this ride? Or have you ridden a Top Scan elsewhere? I would love to hear your thoughts on either down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.